Hi, it's Anne. Thanks for stopping by. We're going to do a simple project today. You know, some days I feel like the more elaborate projects, some days I feel more like the simple projects. This is a simple day. I would like to share a really fun and cute pocket that I saw our dear Sue from Sue's Journal Adventures. I saw Sue do this the other day, and I thought, oh, this is so clever. Very, very clever indeed. It's a very simple pocket that gives you the added bonus of secret journaling space, a place where you can write your deep, dark secrets. Don't know that many of us have that many deep secrets that are deep and dark. If you do, I hope at least they're fun ones. But anyway, let's get to it. This again is going to fold up to be a pocket, a floating pocket that you can put in a journal and then open it up to journal inside. I'm just taking a plain book page and, well, it's not plain, it has text on it. And this is going to be our journaling space. So this is a coffee dyed piece of paper out of an art book. It's a little bit on the heavier side. But actually, I think thinner paper would be just fine here as well, and perhaps even preferable. This is just what I had on my desk. So I'm going to get this glued up with a glue stick. And have it ready to be journaled upon at some point in the future. I'm so glad everybody enjoyed the appearance of my sister in my last video. She's just so sweet. She is great, and we had just a wonderful, wonderful week together, and it was fun to go through, you know, the things that she brought and just have a good time remembering our growing up years in Nebraska. And I heard from a viewer who's also from Nebraska and knew right where we were. This paper is thick enough that it's just a tiny bit warped on this side, so I'm going to give that a little extra shot of glue to hold that down. Now I've prepared the secret journaling spot. Close up my adhesives. There we go. Now, if I get this right, I'm going to fold this in half with the writing space to the inside. So you could just use a plain piece of paper that's plain on one side too, if you wished. And then, so this is just folded just in half. And then I'm going to fold in a triangle on one side, and that's with your open side at the top. And yeah, when I saw Sue posted this the other night, I thought, oh yeah, that looks right up my alley for what I want to be doing right now. I am trying to keep the edges fairly even and on top of one another. I'm going to ink at this point. And yeah, because this part is going to be visible. Some of this part is going to be visible. And put it over on this side. Okay, so this is actually a pretty sturdy pocket right now. Now here's my open side. And all I'm going to do is to fold this up part of the way. Here. And then we're just going to secure it with a paper clip, and it can go right into a journal. There can be a little pocket here. And yes, I know that's all exposed, but that's fine. You could put a little something in here. And let's pull out pull out a journal. It could go into a pocket like this. It could clip onto a side. It could go under a belly band. Where's my belly band in here? It could fit really nicely under there. These colors don't go together, but the concept of the belly band is just fine. And you have this little piece here that if those who are truly curious wish to do so, they can open it up, and there is something that you've journaled about right there. This is, you know, things you dreamed of when you were 12 years old, and now maybe they've come true, or maybe they haven't come true and you're glad they haven't, in whatever reason. You know, what are some of those really interesting things about you that you might want to put in there? Things you always wondered about, things you're really glad you did. Let's do a little bit of decorating, because we can certainly get it zhuzhed up. If the decorating is nice and flat, it's not going to hurt a thing. Why don't I stencil? That's what I was thinking beforehand about doing, a little bit of stenciling. And I have a stencil here, and then we're gonna do a little bit of decorating on the bottom part too. It can be nice and flat and not impede the foldiness or the writing part of this journal element. Having it flat is going to be important, because when we pull it out and do our writing, we're not going to be wanting to write over the bumpiness of buttons or metallic pieces. And this is just an inexpensive plastic stencil that I got in a multi-pack off of Amazon. And using Distress ink. Yeah, that looks nice. And let's do a little bit of gluing something here. I'm going to go ahead and put this paper clip back on. You could put a nice dangly paper clip there if you wished to. I saw this guy earlier, and since we've got a lot of blue, maybe we can go with him. And let's put a label or two behind him just to help him stand out. That's kind of nice. Maybe we'll put a little trio of labels. This is a Tracy Fox label here. Here's one that I made myself out of a dictionary page, stamping just little acrylic stamp, frame-shaped acrylic stamps. And where's another one? Here's another one that I've made. I like these number ones. Yeah, I'll put those down. And this will still be nice and flat. I'm probably not going to get them put all back in exactly the same spot that I had them just now, but that doesn't matter. They can shift a little bit in their positioning, and they're still going to look great. Yeah, this is still going to be nice and flat. Yeah, this came almost all the way to that edge. You could decorate this fold here with, maybe a little bit of washi tape or something if you wished to do that. What you decorate with doesn't matter really so much at all. It just gives a little visual interest. Here's this bird. I'm gonna have that bird, or that this green label that I made out of an old parts catalog. Have that come up just a little bit that way. And let's get this little bird that I think I cut out of a field guide. that is all that's going to need. Isn't that cute? I'm just trying to think, what are some fun things if this was going to be my own piece. Well, I guess it is my own piece now. I can put it in one of my own journals, but I might put it in one that I want to give away as well. What are some things that could go on here? That's fun. That is just fun. So thank you, Sue from Sue's Journal Adventures. I love Sue. I will link her below. And you can see her coming up with this because this was her idea. It wasn't mine. Please don't give me credit. It's all Sue's magic. So that is project number 1 for today. Now, the other thing I would like to do today, oh, this is so cute. I'm just going to keep this here where I can see it. The other thing I'd like to do today, I ran across, let me find the piece. Yeah, I ran across this the other day. I made this, I bet, more than a year ago. And these float around a lot in YouTube junk journal land. And it's a little trifold. I didn't do any decorating, but I looked at it and I thought, you know, if I hadn't glued these pieces together, because this is folded in half this way, there's a fold right there. I thought you could flip that up and you could have all kinds of secret journaling space there too. So I like it like this. I think I need to decorate that and make it ready for prime time with a journal. But let's go ahead and make one that can actually house some hidden journal space, since that's sort of our theme for today. I was going through my paper stash and I found this is a piece that I made when we were out camping this past spring. And I took a bunch of watercolors and sat at the picnic table and made some prints with watercolors and leaves at camp. If you're interested in that, I will do a link. If it's not of interest to you, there is no pressure to go link. It's fine. But let's just go ahead and use this. I actually made it on a longer legal-sized paper, thinking I could, stitch it into a signature. But I think it might be fun for this little piece. You can see I have dabs of paint on the back. That's not going to hurt that journaling spot at all. But let's go ahead with this one. If I recall correctly, I'm trying to think the first place I saw this. Could it have been Carrie the Crafter? It might be, but there's a lot of these that are out there. So we've got it folded like this. Now we're going to fold it in thirds, and there is no need to measure because we're going to get that. You can tell pretty much that this is landing in the third range. I'm going to try to have this again lined up rather nicely. And there we go. I think that's rather tidy. The next thing I'm going to do is make the cuts. And I might do the rounding too. Let's get my corner rounder out. There's my corner rounder. And here's my little tag cut piece. Let's do the tag cut first. I'm going to put this is just a little gift card that I have cut several corners off. And I think this is going to be the angle that's going to be good here. Too many things floating around here. There we go. So I'm going to hold this in place with those edges flush, and then I'm going to cut right along the edge, and that plastic card holds your scissors blades in place. Well, it gives you a place for your blades to rest anyway. Flip it over and that way I'm certain that I get the angle correct in both places. And now I'm going to go right into my corner rounds, and I'm gonna think I can get everything, all those thicknesses in there. Yeah, that worked. I always hold my breath a little bit because I never really know if I'm gonna be getting my paper positioned perfectly inside the mysterious inner workings of this highly sophisticated tool. Well, now I didn't even go to the right selection. Okay, that didn't really get this one because that was a little bit off, out of line. So you're out of line. Little tiny pieces of paper sticking in there. Yeah, I think that'll be okay. All right, so here is our little leaf piece, and we can open that up and have all kinds of journaling space in there. You know, and once I've written on there, you know, you're not even, you know, those little smudges, you know, they're just going to add to the charm. I could put little pockets in here if I wanted to decorate it up. But actually, I could do writing. You know, this watercolor on here is not so strong that it would compete with some pen and ink writing. So I think I'm just going to kind of leave this as it is, and then we're going to experiment with doing these same pieces with a couple of other different kinds of paper. Yeah, these edges didn't round up very nicely either here, did they? Yeah, that's better. And if they don't come out perfectly, that's probably okay. Yeah, I love how those leaves look. I had a feeling that this paper would be a decent choice for that. Of course, how could you miss? You know, it was paper that was coffee stained and then printed with real leaves and spattered and dried with a hairdryer at camp. Because of course I camp with my hairdryer. I miss camping. We had a good camping season this year, and we've sold our trailer. We've decided we're going to camp in cabins and yurts going forward because the trailer was fun. It was really, really fun, but it was also a lot of work. And as the years go by, we're a little less interested in hauling that heavy hitch equipment and driving it and parking it and everything. So it's gone on to a new home, and who knows what kind of camping we're going to have in the future, but we know we will absolutely have camping in the future because we love it. I think this is cute. I'm not going to put any kind of topper on it because it's not that kind of tag, but I could do all kinds of writing here and on the back and have space in here. So there are these. Let's try, because these were so fast, let's try at least one of them. Maybe we'll try this one with a book page to see how that looks, because I haven't tried it with a book page. Here, well, let's just go ahead and use this. You know, I started this with a stencil. Maybe I'll pull that stencil back in and do some stenciling, and then we'll fold it. Should we try that? Oh, we're so innovative. Go back with this blue. And try to get that fairly straight. I have a feeling this is going to be kind of going sideways a little bit when it's all folded up, but I bet that's not going to matter. That's what I'm thinking. Oh, I didn't get that very clearly done. Yeah, this part that I didn't get stenciled very well, it's not going to be clear enough that it's going to matter. So I think I'm just going in with just more stenciling and not worrying about the matching. This is not, it's not a contest where anybody's going to be looking and seeing if I have my stencils matched up. Makes me think of matching plaids. Did you used to sew back in the day when you take your, at least I would take stuff to a 4-H and submit it to the county fair in the summertime, and if you sewed anything that was, you know, a skirt or a jacket or anything that was plaid, the judges would always look and make certain that your plaids matched. I'm doing this because I want to have some writing surface on the inside, and I happen to have this piece of coffee stained graph paper here, so I'm going to kind of do like I did with Sue's project, gluing the journaling space on the inside. So we'll see how that works out. And I'm going to leave that, and by that I mean that ragged edge. This might get a little thick, I don't know. This is going to be a much smaller piece than our original project, but that's okay. All right, there is our writing space. Fold this in half this way. It might be best to leave your glued page to dry before you start folding it, because it is going to shift a little bit, but I'm okay with that. Okay, there's our half sheet, and now we'll fold it in thirds this way. And I folded it just a little too far. And I'm thinking that perhaps a larger page might be, book page might be better for this. But on the other hand, I'm always looking for little things to tuck into journals. Oh, look, that's a happy accident. Those leaves coming out on the front of this. That's nice. In fact, I'm thinking about doing, I may have mentioned this before, I'm thinking about doing a video coming up on just little things to tuck into journals. You know, those small things, because I'm always ending up with these little pockets, and then I have to stop and make things to put in them. Just doing a little bit of inking there. I kind of wish I'd brought this. Nope, I'm gonna be okay with it. I'm gonna be okay with this. Don't need to overthink it. That, and here's this. Perfect. Perfect. And I'm not certain if I'm going to round those corners. I guess I could try. Is that gonna? Yeah, it's a little bit soggy from that glue yet, but yeah, I think that's going to be okay. Trim off a little bit of those laggards. There we go. That was So there's this. Yet another small journal element, but secret journaling space on the inside. These are cute. These could even go together, couldn't they? It's a little bit matchy-matchy. Maybe this one will be better. Yeah, we can mix and match these in lots of different ways. But thank you so much to Sue from Sue's Journal Adventures. I will link her below. I thought this was a terrific idea, and I love that whole idea of secret journaling space. So think about things that you can journal in some secret spaces like that. We'll see you next time, guys. Thanks. Bye.